What's up, Daddies? Welcome back to another episode of the Bad Dadvice Podcast.
Hot mic.
We are here. Yeah, I got a little fired up. We are here, just a couple dads giving good advice, bad advice, dad advice, talking about food. We talk about food a lot, and just letting everybody know what's going on in life and trying to make everybody 1% better. I think that's what we're striving to do. This episode is brought to you by nobody. We don't have a sponsor yet. We're 25% into the year. Still have not been able to find a new sponsor. But I think we'll.
You know what? I really think it's on the horizon. I think we've got good things coming up in our future. You know, Jupiter's rising. One of those horoscope things. I don't know.
Oh God, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, let's take a second. Let's welcome back.
This conversation was 10 times more interesting 12 seconds ago before we pressed play on the iPad.
Yeah.
True.
Whatever.
Let's take a second. Let's welcome back Cardwell. He did miss one episode due to child behaviors. I don't know what to say. Just child fussiness. That was why he was like.
He was being a dick.
He had a fussy. That's behavior. So I'm right. I'm in the right. Okay. Also wanted to take a second for the. Is this the second time ever? I believe it's the second time ever. We are making a call to the bullpen.
It's time for the Bad Dadvice Call to the Bullpen.
That's a good one.
Is it really a call to the bullpen if this is the first time that we have a guest with all of us here, though?
We're not taking a starter out, so what are we doing?
It's the DH.
It's true.
You go into your bullpen to
That's
get the
true.
DH?
Yeah.
Well, it's like you take your DH, you put him in the lineup like to pitch the ninth inning. He's like your designated hitter, then closer.
Yeah, something
Right.
like that.
But want to take
Does that sound good? Does that sound good?
Yeah, either way, I'm happy to be here. So, thanks for having me on,
So
guys.
we want to welcome to the podcast Mr. Andrew Karmeris, goes by AK, also known as Carl Boone. So
It's boom.
Oh, it's Boom.
Sorry,
I thought it was Boone with an E,
boom with an E.
Boom with an E.
like BOOME.
Just two O's.
Say an M or N?
BOO.
Is it Pan or
You nailed
Pam?
it.
Pan?
M-E. I don't know. Anyway, Andrew, another UNF baseball graduate, fellow dad, father of two.
5 and 3? 5 and
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
Man,
It's a lot.
that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
Boy and a girl.
So this is the first.
Nice.
This is the first dad. Are you kidding me?
What?
Did you yawn?
Are you? We're 7 seconds in and you're yawning. We're drinking beer. We're hanging out and you're yawning.
Yeah.
Get it together,
Nothing else
dude.
I can say, man.
It's like his
That one,
go-to.
I literally like felt it coming on. I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna get called out for this.
What are you doing? Is it that?
I haven't yawned all day.
It's like Andrew talks about his kids for 1 second and you're yawning.
I bored you that fast?
I mean,
I dude, I don't
Man.
know.
All this,
I literally
all
haven't.
this kid talk.
I literally haven't yawned all day.
No wonder you guys don't call DHs from the bullpen.
I know.
Yeah.
They bore me.
What are you doing, Coach? What are you doing? So you got a 4 and a 2, right? And so you're the first on here who's had 2 kids at separate times. Fair? Is this allowable? Right? You have twins. You always like to claim the 2-kid title.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is this all your commentaries? Yeah, that's all you got.
Oh, I thought you were gonna keep going. I didn't want to cut you off.
I just want to make sure that
You were on a roll.
I want to make sure you're okay. I'm going to make sure you're okay if he has a title of first person on this podcast with 2
Yeah, that's fine.
birthing events.
That's fine. He didn't have to take care of both of them at the same age at the same time. So
Here we go.
It's probably, I would guess that it's easier to take care of both of them at the same age at the same time versus a newborn infant that you have to take care of and a 2-year-old running around craziness.
Yeah, what do you think?
There's a lot of jealousy when you bring the newborn home and you have a 2-year-old. It's a transition period for sure. I remember my son basically not wanting to be around our daughter at first.
Oh.
Yeah, he was
Wow.
like basically
That bad?
basically like my parents, and then he kind of warmed up to her. And
Okay.
it all
Like
worked out.
didn't want to share
Yeah,
his parents kind of thing.
of course, because it was just us with him, and then
Yeah.
Get it.
now we've got this newborn.
It's like, what is going on here?
Yeah, like my kids don't have a choice.
Right.
I just lay them both next to each other, like figure it out.
Well, all they know is
Is each other.
two
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
right? Like I could see that, right?
But
You
for
go
him,
2
it was
years,
like one day the kid showed up. He's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it sucks when you first get the second kid. It doesn't suck having a second kid. It's just you no longer get a break. Like when you have
Right.
one kid, you and your wife kind of take turns, and like, I mean, I don't know if that worked for you,
No.
Mr. Two Kids over here.
Does not.
How many minutes apart are they? Just curious.
2 minutes.
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
Uh,
Are you
It's
worried? By
about
the way,
as
you
long as
mentioned
it
your
took.
you mentioned your wife. Are you worried that your wife's going to listen to this and hate you for something you say? Or are you fully open book right now?
I'm open book. She will not pay attention to this at all.
Oh, that is great.
That's good. Yeah, that's,
She does not care.
I love it. I
Not
love
even
it.
a little bit. She will ask what kind of like equipment and stuff you guys use.
Oh,
Though,
okay.
'cause she makes videos for work.
Oh, okay.
Well, something is bound to
good.
fail this episode, so
Yeah, no
nothing
doubt.
good.
I just won't tell her that part.
Yeah.
Perfect.
she'll be able to see it. Don't worry. It's
Good
very
stuff.
very poor production in this podcast. Don't worry about it. She'll notice. You won't have to tell her.
Yeah, what do they use? What equipment do they use? They had 3 iPhones set up.
Yeah.
And something that ran off of rechargeable batteries that died 3 times.
Other than the batteries, I will say that the video quality of this podcast is pretty good when it works.
Yeah. You ever heard of 4K?
Even with iPhone, like it's amazing what iPhones
What's
can do.
4K?
How about
It's 4,000.
Oh,
4K 1,000 pounds?
I have heard of 4,000
Yes,
before.
it's just 4,000.
This is 4,000.
I've heard of that.
We film with 4,000.
All I know is it makes me look really fat on
Yeah,
camera.
things typically work.
4,000 pounds. It makes you look 4,000 pounds on camera. Exactly.
Things typically work pretty good when everybody actually has the data on their phone to collect all the.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Yeah, so last episode, anybody that watched, you'll notice a lot of blank black screens on the YouTube video. That would be for every camera angle that was your camera angle.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. It was a fact. We know it was your camera angle. What are you talking about?
No, the screen was blacked out. You actually don't know what camera it was coming from.
No,
Because you
I
couldn't
do.
see-
Oh, that's
No, what do you mean?
Right. Allegedly. Allegedly.
touche.
I do. I produced the whole episode. I know. What do you mean?
It was your first time ever producing. You could have pressed the wrong button.
I gotta say, I was shocked. I thought it was gonna be a super like big failure, and you guys actually did a pretty good job. Besides that part.
so what
I'd
you're
argue
saying
it was
is-
one of our best episodes.
Where were you? Why were you not here?
The
Behavior
kid
issues.
again was, being a normal, newborn dickhead, and he had a couple bad days in a row, and Tiff was very tired. And
Oh,
so,
you got it. You also have to set that up with on the episode prior to the last episode. In the last 40 seconds of the episode, Cardwell's like, "Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna miss any time. This is actually easier than I thought."
Yes.
That's so cute.
By the way, also another
That's how he
another
finished it.
That's adorable.
Another funny statement. Pre-birth, he said Tiff actually likes to be alone. So I think she's gonna want me gone and just want to do the parenting and just hang out by herself. I think she's gonna want me to go do the podcast. If that's not the most asinine line of thinking that I've ever heard.
That is sweet
Yeah,
naivete.
she wants to be alone, not with a 2-week-old screaming
Exactly.
baby.
Exactly.
So I want to recap a topic that we've talked about before. We have all ad nauseum discussed the point system, which is I did the dishes, I swept the floor, I did the laundry, I folded it, I earned 27 points. Hey, can I cash in those 27 points and go hang out with my buddies and play poker? No, I'm sorry, that's 100,000 points, so it'll take a couple more loads of laundry to get there. Do you have a point system in your relationship, or do you just do whatever the fuck you want and say, I'll be home when I want to be home?
Yeah, that's a great question. We don't really have a formal point system.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, it's not like I got a chart on the fridge,
Right,
and I'm
right.
like, 3 gold stars today for
This
I
is
did the
this is-
dishes and 9 diapers.
Yeah, this is definitely more of an informal system. Yeah, in most households.
Yeah, I'd say we kind of have a point system. It's definitely informal, but you kind of know when you're helping out around the house and you've done a lot, and you can say, hey, you had 3 work events this week, and I had the kids all of those nights and got them to sleep. I'm just gonna go drink at the bar by myself.
Nice. Okay.
I don't usually cash in on it. I usually use it for golf, but
Is golf your number one point cash?
hell yeah,
Nice.
hell yeah.
because I drink at golf.
See, that's a 2-for-1.
Yeah, because it's not
yeah.
it's not just a
double
4-hour
dip.
event.
No. It is
that
not just 4
yeah,
hours.
because then the rest of the day you're in no shape to be holding a baby.
And before I gotta lube up. I gotta get the swing oil in me.
Ah, good.
I gotta get loose.
What do you think your point balance is right now?
I think I'm doing pretty good.
Do you think you have how many rounds of golf worth of points do you have banked up right now? Do you think?
Well, I've got 4 rounds on the books in the next 6 weeks.
Are those wait now do those, is it they're pending
No.
sales of or you've already cashed those points and you still have a bank of
He's
points?
not putting points on layaway.
No, once it's on the calendar, our shared calendar,
Yeah.
it's happening.
Right. It's
Man,
I
shared
agree.
calendars again.
The
We're
share-
talking
the
about shared
share-
You have
Yeah,
to.
dude, you have to.
Dude, I do not.
don't have a shared calendar?
That's
I
a-
keep everything right up here. I'm a human calendar, dog.
That's stupid.
So it's
I
interesting you
never
say
miss
that.
an event.
Tank, bro, you
Good-
need a
the-
shared calendar.
It is
You're
interesting
right.
because the point purchase for me as well is, hey, I'm gonna do this 3 weeks from now. We good? Yes. Once it gets in the calendar,
Cashed.
2 hours before I can go, hey, it's in the calendar. I'm doing the thing. It's in the calendar.
You've known about it.
Yeah, you got it right. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
If she's
Not a
known
secret.
about
It's
it,
not a
it's okay.
secret.
Verbal is binding.
That's
It's
true.
okay.
And it's cheaper. It's like buying in bulk. When you put it on the calendar way early in advance, those points, you're cashing less points than you need to cash if you're going to do
Inflation.
something an hour before, a day before.
Yeah.
So
Pointflation, dude.
Pointflation. And,
Pointflation.
and I think
Yeah.
that you, of all people, probably have the lowest point balance, right?
I spend points before I get them for sure, 100%.
You can buy points too. Like you should get a shared calendar and just put like trips on the calendar and then send her an invite.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like-
I'm taking her on that cruise for her birthday. I'm hoping that gets some. I'm like spending actual real money to get fake points.
That's
But it's
when
worth
that's
it.
like-
Totally worth it.
That's like when IHG calls you up and they're like, "You want to buy 300,000 points for like $1,000?" And you're like, "Why don't I just spend the 1,000 when I need the hotel room?" What?
No, you get more. You get more. Get more, pay less.
That's true.
I do agree with that,
That's
100%.
true.
So
And we're done. No stuff.
No, I'm just thinking about the point system. Like, yeah, we do have an informal point system.
Yeah.
But I've never really put any thought to it.
how many points? How many points does she have? Because I think the one thing that we've all agreed on is that our wives have.
We earn points 1-to-1. They
Right.
earn points 4-to-1.
Right. Our wives have
At
way
least.
more,
Yeah,
way
it's
more
4-to-1.
points.
Yeah.
I think we all have agreed that our wives have way more points, and they never cash them. That they are constantly just racking up points,
And they never expire.
and they never expire. Like Janie literally has enough points to like if she just called me and said, "Hey, next month I am backpacking across Europe for 3 weeks," like she's got plenty of points. Like she come back with hella points. Like
Twins, birth.
Yeah.
She'll be cashing those points till you're 30, till they're 48 years old.
Yeah, and she almost died, so it's like
Yeah.
she's got lifetime infinite points. There's nothing I can do.
But did she die?
right.
That's what I
She
tried to
didn't-
say,
She didn't actually
and-
die.
It's like when you rank rappers. Like, if they didn't die,
That's true.
Yeah, it's not as cool.
yeah,
That's
they
like-
get shot.
Right.
But did they die?
Biggie wouldn't be on T-shirts today still in
Or
Target.
Tupac.
Or Tupac, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
These are the
But-
tough questions and tough topics people don't want to bring
By the
up.
way, if for all the viewers out there, we are drinking apple juice, and that's
Cider.
Oh God.
That's piss.
we said we
That's piss for sure.
it's pissed. We said we didn't have a sponsor,
We don't. We still don't.
but
Yet.
But I. Oh, I'm sorry. I had an itch. Couldn't talk into the microphone.
we're only 27 episodes in.
I am. I've decided. Right. We had the gym sponsor. Right. But I think we need to have sponsors in things that we are actually
that
interested in.
fit our line
Right.
of like our sensibilities.
I've been
IHOP.
watching. So
IHOP.
I've been watching Caleb Hammer Financial Audit because I refuse to watch Dave Ramsey because he's a fool. How do you feel about Dave?
you ever seen?
I'm not going to comment. Just continue.
Okay, good.
Just keep going with your
Okay,
thought here.
so Caleb Hammer, he is a big proponent of I only partner with companies that I would actually use if I needed like in a situation.
SoFi.
Right, like he partners with SoFi.
Yeah.
He partners with Factor. He does like the Factor meals and he's trying to lose weight and stuff. It's not working, but I don't think he's actually doing it. But I would like Beer Stick to be a sponsor of this podcast. The Beer Stick is a drinking vessel that is not your typical beer funnel or shotgun. And the great thing about the Beer Stick is this patented technology, I don't know if it's actually patented, I just assume it is. This patented technology is made for all levels of drinking. I know handfuls of people that claim they are not good at consuming large amounts of liquid in rapid time.
Responsibly.
Responsibly. Yes, always drink responsibly. The Beer Stick makes it possible for anybody. Anybody,
Even children?
if it's a
Apple
something,
juice?
if it's something in it legal for children to drink, absolutely, 100%. Drink responsibly. So the beer stick, consume a large amount of liquids in a fast amount of time.
Responsibly.
Beer stick, if you're out there watching, if anybody knows anybody on the marketing team from Beer Stick.
Mr. Stick.
Yeah, please.
Can you just drink the piss and we can get over this?
www.beerstick.com. There's one free ad for your Beer Stick. Sorry if your website shuts down tonight because you get so many sponsors, so many purchases.
Ooh, Daddy likes.
Look at that. That is record time right there. That's phenomenal. You go into a wedding, it's a hit. You're going to Coco Cay on a Royal Caribbean cruise, it's a hit. You're going to your kids' Little League baseball game, it's a grand slam. You know what I mean? That's their marketing.
Nice.
That's their slogan.
All right. So since I'm the glue that holds this podcast together, I'm going to get us on the right track here.
I should have never said that.
You're the guy who
I
thinks
said that as a joke.
You told him that?
I said it as a joke on the last one when he wasn't here because we messed up one transition.
you're the guy that thinks
Wait,
Steve Irwin is the greatest dad, #1 overall pick of all time.
Yes.
That's-
Steve
Hold
Irwin?
on. Let's.
Steve Irwin.
The
hold on.
Stingray guy?
Can we?
Yes.
I think we need to. I
Yeah.
think we need to recap this.
The guy couldn't even swim.
I think we need to recap this a little
The
bit.
Stingray guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
You went
number
with
one
3
dad?
cartoon dads. So
First
hold
of all,
on. So we did a last episode. We did a top 5 dad draft. Just best dads overall from all the facets, fiction or reality. And you were not here, so you did recordings of your draft picks.
Correct.
Hilarious.
That was funny.
And 3 of the dads that you chose when you had infinite amount of time were cartoon dads.
Mm-hmm.
They're goat status.
You also said goat
You
status
said
at
goat
least
status
3 times.
on every one of them.
How could they all be goats?
He's
All
the
right,
goat.
so,
He's the
okay,
goat.
Do you know what goat means?
Yeah, it's a barnyard animal
The greatest of all time. You can't have 4 greatest of all times.
in their own categories.
The category
the
was
category was
best dad.
dad.
There's more than one kind of dad.
Yeah, there's cartoon dads.
Heroin dad. Right, heroin dad.
Heroin dad.
Oh,
Coffee dad, yeah.
So if you think about dads, so we'll give a couple of the examples of what we drafted. But one of the dads that I took was Big Papi, right? You know Big Papi. That was a pretty good one. Abs, you took God, which is the father, as well as Father Time.
And no, I didn't know. Father Time was an honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
I
Okay.
took also George Washington, the father of our country.
Pretty good.
You were in an interesting headspace that day. You were like real.
I also took Mufasa.
philosophical.
Mufasa was a great dad too.
For a little while.
He was a great dad as long
I
as
feel like the first 10
minutes
Yeah, for about 10 minutes.
he was a
said-
great dad as long as he could be.
Of all the attributes to have as a dad, the best ability.
His
Availability.
Yeah.
Availability.
I pictured to him in the middle of a big gulp. Sorry.
yeah,
buddy.
thanks for that. That cider really got me there.
So,
This cider is
so
tart.
can you explain to us your logic and your thinking behind the draft picks that you made?
I think Steve Irwin speaks for himself. He's awesome. Everybody loves the
Can't
crocodile
speak for
hunter.
himself.
Everybody loves the crocodile hunter.
Best ability.
First of all, he has his. Have you seen what his 2 kids are doing now? They're like,
Yeah, his daughter's a
No,
fox, bro.
couldn't tell you what they're doing.
His
oh my
daughter's
God.
a
They're
smoke
running,
show.
They're running
His
these.
son's a smoke
He's
show.
running these wildlife preserves. They're like doing all this different stuff.
So they're
on
trading
television.
on dad's name. Big fucking whoop.
Right.
Obviously, they loved him.
Sounds like nepotism to me.
Wow. Was that the
was a
beer
good
stick
one.
again?
That was a good one.
I do that every episode.
Oh, I like
You
that.
don't watch, so you don't know. But that's like my
That's
signature
his,
move.
That's his.
Yeah, you
That's
don't
his
get it,
thing.
dude.
That's your thing?
That's his thing.
Okay.
Look at my
Yolks with
thing.
salmon.
Look at my thing.
Yeah, I'm a big guy. I'm a big think guy that has to do with like
Hold on. You talked over it. Do that again.
egg yolks with salmon. Egg yolks with salmon.
I don't mind the first part, but the salmon just blows my mind. I
I
have
can't wait
never
to use that.
heard anyone say salmon. Ever.
SALMON.
Yeah, I
Salmon.
can spell salmon.
No, you're saying SAMMON.
No, I'm pronouncing it how it's pronounced.
Salmon.
Okay, we're moving on.
God.
Do you say salmonella? It's salmonella.
Do you say salamander?
Yes.
Do you say
Wait, but
Salamander.
Can we
hold
move on?
But salmon. Hold on. Salmonella has nothing to do with salmon the fish.
Yeah, but they're spelled the same.
Can we go back to wildlife preserve?
like-
No, I
Take-
want to go back, double back to glue guy. You were going to make a statement about glue guy.
Oh yeah, Elmer's over
We
here.
interrupted you about you said
Elmer Fudd.
glue guy.
Elmer Fudd, great dad.
The
All right,
glue of that
so here-
family.
here's my 5. All right.
Elmer Fudd.
I would actually get into
Elmer's
something like
fun.
meaningful in this
No,
podcast.
you said
All right.
you said I'm speaking. You said I'm the glue guy, right? You'd mentioned this. You said
He said you are the glue of this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
and then we steamrolled you over the dad conversation. He called you Elmer's glue. So I wanted to get back. I just feel bad that we steamrolled you.
Oh, like getting into actually what we're here for.
Yeah,
Sure.
core-
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So as we said, call to the bullpen. AK's here. We love to get dads, new dads, old dads in here to get their experiences because you guys hear from us every time you listen for whatever reason you listen to us. So AK, do you have any stories about like, child labor stories or growing up, like anything crazy that you've experienced? Like, was it difficult? Was it easier than you thought? Anything.
Well, I definitely have a child labor story. First kid was born during the pandemic, so everybody had a mask on, including my wife, which I don't know why they thought she had to have a mask on in like the labor delivery room. And finally the doctor was like, oh, just put an oxygen mask on her instead. Because it's like,
Oh my
what
God,
are we doing, guys?
They couldn't just be like,
crazy.
just don't wear ones. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Anyway, so, she's pushing the kid out. It's all going well. And the doctor's like, hey, do you want to snip the cord? Like, do you want to cut it? And I was like, fuck yeah, I want to cut the cord. Like, where are the scissors at?
Oh, I didn't want to do it. I was so
I
scared
was
of
all
it.
over it.
I said,
yeah.
that's what I pay you for. And I was like, I don't want to snip it.
No way. I was like, let's do it. But I was holding her leg, and she had an epidural, so she couldn't feel her legs. And they were like, just put it on the strap or whatever. So I just set her leg on it and walked away, and her leg fell off. And the doctor's like, no, get her leg.
Hot mic.
Sorry.
Oh, ew.
My bad. He's like, no. She's like, no, get her leg. So I dropped her leg during labor because I was so excited to go cut the cord.
But why is that?
The baby's
Why is
halfway
that
out and
so-
shoots back.
why is
in.
that so
no,
bad?
the baby's already out because the baby's already out. You're going
because she has no muscle tone, so you could dislocate her hip from.
Because she has no muscle. I don't understand.
No,
Her,
like she
her
can't read-
legs
like
were
her
not
kid-
in a. Here you go, Cam. Her legs were not like in the straps, and I was holding the right.
Oh, hold on. Let me
leg.
change camera views for that.
There you go. So she's got her legs up like this, and I was holding the right leg, and I dropped it. Like I set it on the thing, and it just, like a dead leg, just fell off the thing.
And that's like dangerous. And
Yeah.
What?
I'm trying to understand.
Salmon.
Yeah.
Egg yolks with salmon.
Mr. Salmon over there.
Like her just leg was hanging off the side of the bed.
Yeah, but you could dislocate her hip. Like you could. It's just.
Is it that the epidural stuff is that bad that it's like your muscles don't work
When
at all?
Tiff got her epidural, she couldn't move her right leg at all. She couldn't even wiggle her toes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't
This is
feel
like
it.
this is like paralysis juice.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you don't
it's
feel
not- it's not supposed
childbirth.
to- it's not
I
supposed
thought it was
to be.
just like I thought it was just like super strong Novocaine, not like you're paralyzed.
oh, great.
You're,
He's going to say something.
you're
like, oh, how
kind
bad
of
can it be?
right.
You can't even
I mean,
feel
it is a cane. It is a local anesthetic, but yeah, I don't understand your point here.
Anyway, I dropped my wife's
When I-
leg during childbirth, so
Yeah.
that was the
Did
child labor.
Did you snip?
Yeah, I snipped it.
Yeah, good for you.
Dude, I actually
Well, I was like, I paid you to pick the leg up.
samesies, bro. Samesies, bro. I was
Give me the scissors.
I was holding the leg, and I've told this story already, but I was holding the right leg, and when the baby came out, this might be a little graphic, but it was like popping a bottle of champagne, and I got splashed all over my hand. It was disgusting. But then I didn't want to cut the cord either, and the doctor was like, "Nah, you have to."
Really?
Yeah, they were like, she was like, "Do you want to cut the cord?"
I looked at your insurance. It doesn't cover cord snips.
You have to. It's going to cost you $5,000 if we cut
Unless you
Like,
want
you're
this
gonna
kid to have a
wanna do it.
leash the rest of his
You're gonna
life. You
wanna do
cut
it.
this thing.
So I did it. Yeah, it feels really weird when you cut it. I thought it was gonna cut through I thought it was gonna feel
piece
like
of
cutting
paper.
through like a rubber band, like it was gonna be more squishy. It cut through it was like cutting through cardboard. It was very firm. It was interesting.
I was a little worried it was gonna like wave around and spray blood. You know,
It was gonna be like when you
Just
cut a
kidding.
snake's head off and
Yeah.
like still slithers around a little bit.
I wasn't worried about that at all.
I was worried about that too.
I
It
did
was freaking me out.
daddy boot camp ahead of time.
I just imagine Abs like cutting it and then being like trying to let's do Lady in the Trampet. Let's Lady in the Trampet.
Oh, gross. No, I think what I thought was it was like you know how like you ever see the videos where like they cut the ribbons like a ribbon cutting ceremony. I was waiting to be like the little blooper of like it takes me like 5 cuts to cut through, but those scissors are wicked sharp.
Yeah.
They could cut through anything. But I was expecting giant ceremony scissors to cut it, not this little pair of like fucking kindergarten scissors.
I completely agree.
I was like, where are the giant?
I thought
scissors?
they'd be enormous and gold and
Yeah.
the whole
Right.
deal.
It's such a momentous occasion. You would think that they would just.
We should-
invest-
And then the mayor comes in, gives you a key to the city.
I thought
like-
confetti was gonna fall.
I was waiting.
How funny would it be if somebody
It's like,
brought
this is it?
if somebody brought in their own pair of giant scissors and they're like, "Do you mind, Doc, if I just go grab my own scissors?"
Just
very
sterilize
important.
them.
No, trust me, they're sterile.
They're sterile, they're sterile.
Just dip them in peroxide.
I
real
peed
quick.
on them earlier. They're fine. It's
Yeah,
good.
they're
I did the little like lighter trick, right? Like I just
I sprayed them with my beer stick.
I sprayed it with my beer stick.
the beer stick is sterile. I did wash it. I washed it.
Nobody doubts that you washed it. What?
It's
Why
clean.
is that the thing that like puts it over the edge?
I don't know. People think that like a lot of mouths have been on that. That's
people
like
think you're
nasty.
gross.
Yeah, I mean,
People think I'm nasty.
I mean,
Would you guys watch me on OF doing beer sticks? If you'll pay, I'll do it.
Daddy, chill.
Any other stories?
just got to regroup here for a second.
So let's talk about milestones. So training, like potty training, walking. All
Do you have any
stuff,
good daycare stories?
Put your hands up, because it's time to talk daycare.
Well, first of all, daycare is a racket. It is so expensive for daycare.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
I've got 2 kids in 2 different daycares because the first daycare that my son's at, no, they don't have a 1-year-old class.
Oh my, even worse.
So it's like,
Even worse.
what am I supposed to do?
What do
with
they
my
go from
1-year-old?
newborn to 2-year-old?
So they go from, they didn't even have newborns. So my son went in at
So
1.
it's a kindergarten.
Well, he went in at 1 in a different daycare, and then when he was 2, he kept getting bit at daycare. Oh my gosh! So my wife is an attorney, and her first thing was,
Sue that fucking kid.
No,
we'll take every dollar he's got.
no, it
about
was
to be
it was
Karmeris
if you get
care.
bit, you must acquit.
it was documented. And
That
it was-
motherfucker will have no allowance for life.
it's about to be called
Will
Karmeris
garnish
care.
his
She
wages.
she wanted to see biting policies. She wanted all of the info. She was like, "What's your policy? What basically constitutes the level of concern? Do they have to draw blood? Like, I want to know like what qualifies as like your biting policy."
And they were like, "Could you leave this daycare?"
No. Actually, we just decided to leave the
Yeah.
daycare because after 4 bites and him coming home and saying like,
That's us, man.
What do they got to like stab a kid to get kicked out of the daycare?
that was our question. Was like,
Is it the
hey,
same kid 4 times?
They wouldn't tell us. They wouldn't tell us.
See, I just
anything.
mentioned this on the last pod, but my son got bit back-to-back days last week, and then that's the 3rd time in 2 weeks.
So my son got bit 4 times in less than 2 weeks, and we said, "Fuck this! Like, we'll
Yeah.
take him to another
So
daycare."
You pay too much money to have your kid come home with like a bite mark on his arm, and you're like, "Did you like what? Who was it?" And they're like, "We can't tell you." Well, what are you doing to stop it? Well, we're gonna watch them. And
we
you're
can't
like,
tell you.
It's like, you're right, we can't tell you. It's like, dude, I need like a live camera so I can like watch how ridiculous this is.
So I got a question here. So I obviously haven't had to deal with this yet.
How about
What
double?
the fuck did you say?
How about double?
What are you, Busta Rhymes?
I think that's Eminem. No, Rap God.
I'm channeling.
No, Busta Rhymes is a quick fast
No,
rapper
Eminem,
too.
Rap God. You never heard that?
Yeah.
Shout out Eminem, Detroit.
Shout out to all my
Yeah.
pairs.
Shout out to all my bears.
Yeah, I'm channeling my inner Donnie Thornberry. So like,
Oh, that was the other dad.
Yeah, Nigel Thornberry.
Nigel Thornberry.
Are you
I actually like that one. That's right. That's better than Steve Irwin.
and then
Yeah, but that's
one of them
dumb.
was
Hold on.
one of them was Goofy.
But you went 3.
Think of all those Goofy movies.
But
Like
you're-
he went a cross country trip. He learned how to skateboard in college on the X
But your
Games.
top
Like,
5
come on.
includes 3 cartoons and 2 dads who are centered around the Outback.
What are you trying to tell us,
dads
man?
are centered around the Outback.
What are you trying to tell
Are you
us?
saying what is
Anyways,
the dads are better down under?
I think that's what he's saying.
Back to the Thornberries.
yeah. So what? I don't
No.
even know. Oh yes, I got it.
Daycare getting bit? What
Yeah. Do kids just like be biting people? Like
Yeah.
are kids vampires? Like what is going
Yeah.
on here?
I can honestly say that in my classroom, nobody's ever been bit.
How old is your classroom?
13 and 14-year-olds.
There's still time.
Not a single person in my 4 years
Other
of
than all those
teaching.
airheads you be eating.
Oh, I eat fuck so many Jolly Ranchers. I buy them for the kids, but I don't give them to the kids because they're assholes, and I keep them for myself. They're not assholes; they're good kids. But
I'm really mad that you don't have the "I can't stop eating" sound clip on here.
that's like the fat bastard one.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
I have a question for you, AK. As you are the only one in this group, the first person on this podcast to have opposite gender children. and you've had them both for plenty of time to probably have an answer of which one's easier.
And when did they choose their gender?
Well, it's undecided.
I'm sorry if I'm assuming their gender.
Yeah, it's
I apologize.
2024. It's undecided.
When's the gender confirmation party?
I don't
You
know.
have
Whenever
two
they're
children
ready.
who were assigned. You have two children assigned different genders at birth.
Correct.
Two children with different genitalia. Which one has been easier in the growing up process?
My son.
Boys are easier.
My son, he was. We thought he was a lot at first.
Stop yawning. Stop it.
It's because I bore
It's a
this guy.
great story. What
This
more
is
do
a
you
good
want?
thing.
What more do you want?
He's probably pissed. He's
You
got
tell
two
me what
girls
you
with-
want. What do you want?
I'm listening to the story.
Do you want the
But
beer?
you're yawning in the middle.
Do you
of
want the
story.
beer stick?
Yeah.
Do you need a beer stick?
All right, I'll set up the
You
beer
need
stick.
it. You need it.
I'll set up the beer stick and we'll
Oh
pass
my
it
You
around.
need something.
I think you have like a compulsive obsession with filling up that beer stick and forcing people to do them.
Well, it's aesthetically pleasing.
It's for everybody.
Okay, all right.
And
While
he
you're-
washed it.
No, the alcohol
all right,
cleans it.
while you're
right.
filling that up, let's get back to it. So
Go
Sure.
on with the chlorophyll.
Sure.
So boys are easier.
My son, we thought he was a lot at first because boys kind of bounce off the walls, but
And they piss all over the place.
They piss everywhere.
well, yeah, early on, that thing kind of sprays.
He pissed on his own face yesterday.
Who did?
Who hasn't done that?
My
Right.
kid.
Yeah, Carl, you did it 3 weeks ago.
That's different.
You pissed on my
How?
carpet one year for New Year's.
That's very different.
But it's happened.
Yeah. It also wasn't my own face.
He's still figuring it out, man.
I think but that stops.
Yeah, that stops.
That
Once
stops.
you get it, once you get a feel for
Pass that over to Robo.
like when you're doing a diaper and the pee's not going straight up in the air or the poop's not flying at you, it's easy. My son was a lot easier looking back than my daughter. My daughter is, I hate to call a child a terrorist, but
A terrorist?
she is
Sorry, I
a
didn't mean to yell on the
tyrant.
microphone.
She's a tyrant. Hot mic!
I didn't mean to yell into that. Jeez, sorry. A terrorist?
She's well, not a terrorist, but she terrorizes my son and the rest of us. She is wild.
Wow.
She throws things. She bites. She goes around biting sometimes like a vampire.
Biting, man.
She'll throw poop at you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She'll throw.
I
poop at
think
you?
it's, you know what it is? My son's at a daycare that is at a church, and my daughter is not. And I just think she needs Jesus. I think she needs more Jesus in her life.
One of the best fathers of all time.
Best dad.
Yeah.
Shout out Jesus.
I'm pretty sure she runs the yard at daycare. Like, she's edgy.
Does she run the yard or does she stomp the yard?
She runs the
Nice.
yard because she's a giant.
I think it'd be better if she
For a
stomped the
2-year-old?
yard.
She's pretty big for
She's a
two,
tall 2-year-old, and all the photos from daycare, she always looks like she's in control, if you know what I mean.
She's
like, like the other kids are gathered around her, and she's the one holding the swing and running the show. So,
though. That's awesome.
yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to call her a terrorist, but she's a tyrant, and she is
So you
a
already did.
lot more difficult.
So you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got throwing poop?
Two of those.
Well, the throwing poop really comes when they want to be potty trained. Hold on, I got to adjust my headphone here for a second. Okay, we're back.
You couldn't hear yourself?
You could hear too much. When they start throwing poop, it's because they want to be potty trained, really. They start
Yeah.
reaching in and showing you their poop and throwing poop, and they're trying to tell you, like, hey, I'm ready to poop,
Yeah.
poop in the toilet. I don't know.
When did you start?
know.
when did
That's
you
good
start
knowledge. I didn't know that.
I have the
I got all of it.
I have the oldest of the four of us. When did you start potty training? Because I just saw
Around
that.
2.
I saw that in the store. It was like, I think it said like 18 months and up is like the potty things.
You need to check with daycare because my son, he was in the 2-year-old class, and they would not facilitate potty training. So if he was like trying to go at the daycare, they would say, no, you got to go in your diaper and we'll change the diaper. They wouldn't take him to the bathroom. So we waited until he got to the next class, which
Yeah.
I guess it was really 1 to 2. So in the 1-year-old class, they wouldn't teach him, but they don't put you in the next class until you're 2.
So they like let kids bite them and then they make him shit his pants. Great.
Yeah.
Daycare's a rule.
Can
for $1,500 a month.
can I just
right.
can I address the elephant in the room? Because I had it on the camera that's facing us. So the crazy person that just walked in behind us is Paul Karmeris. He's PK. This is AK. That's PK.
He's got 2 kids as well.
2 kids.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Both girls.
First birthday.
Can't
3 and
see.
1.
Shout out.
Do they throw poop at you? Do they throw poop at you? Okay. Good. Good
That
talk.
means I'll take that as a no.
That's a no.
No, they're not poop throwers.
But basically around 2. So check with the daycare because they'll they'll tell you like, hey, we're not gonna facilitate potty training, or they'll be okay with it. But around 2 is when my son wanted to start potty training, and my daughter's there now.
Did it go from like infant to toddler to whatever, or no? For you, like, how many classrooms did you? Was it like every 6 months or every
It's a
year?
year. It's years.
So years doing years. See, my daycare was less than years for the first couple, and because it's like they go from because they're so different. 6 months versus 12 months are so different. So it's like they had 3 different infant classes, and they have like 3 different toddler classes. So it's gonna be tricky. I'll have to talk to him about it. That's an interesting one.
That is interesting. No, it was just years. My son didn't start until he was 1. Like they wouldn't let him in until he turned 1.
Wow.
Because they had a
What'd you do
1-year-old
before
class.
that?
My wife just watched
Your
him.
daughter watched them.
My 2-year-old that wasn't born yet just watched my 1-year-old. Now my wife just watched him and worked from home.
Love that.
It's
So
gotta be so hard.
what is it like having? Because yours is how old?
16 months, something like that. I don't know.
Oh Jesus.
Not 2 yet.
Yeah.
So obviously
one.
none of us have a 4-year-old. So what do we have in store for us when we get to that 3-4-year-old range? What's the big milestones, things you weren't expecting, all that stuff?
They're honest, so you got to be careful what you say around them because they will quickly call you out. Yeah, I'll give you an example.
Freaking narcs, dude.
Oh yeah, but it's hilarious too. So there was an afternoon where my wife had a tough day at work with like one of her cases, and she's getting a ton of calls and all the stuff. And she came home and she was just like, I don't want to say moody, but she was just like kind of in a bad mood. And,
Clip it.
And my son was like, hey, like, you got a bad attitude right now. And I like saw him say it, and I was like, I'm not saying anything, but like, thanks for saying it, bud. Like, oh yeah, but they're very honest, and they'll tell you exactly like what they're thinking, and
No filter.
no filter, and it's hilarious. Like they say some funny
Have
stuff.
they said?
Dad, you ate a whole pizza.
Yeah, that's it's exactly what will happen.
Who's counting?
Dad, you ate 2 dinners?
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's exactly
Leave me
what's
the
gonna
fuck
happen.
alone.
So hide it. So don't do it in front
Do
of
they
them.
have they used profanity? Have they used foul language?
Yeah, my daughter says "oh shit" sometimes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is that when she's throwing shit?
No, it's usually.
Daddy, look, shit.
It's amazing how they use it appropriately.
Yeah.
Like they use those.
It is interesting. Yeah.
They like know when to say things, and
Well,
it's,
that's what Miss Rachel teaches them. Don't
And that's
watch
what- and
them.
that's one of those
like,
things-
Like she uses it when somebody hits like a buzzer beater to break the over.
no. That's when my son says it.
All right, perfect.
But he's getting ready to audit me. So
That was one of the things that we talked about when we had Nick Miller on the pod was when do you get to the point where you've got to really watch what you say because these kids are sponges and will absorb and
around
kind
3.
of repeat yourself.
3.5.
And it's one of those things where like I don't think anybody here wants their kid using profanity when they talk.
It's
But
hilarious.
it's right. That's the point. It's like it's hard to sit there and go, no, you shouldn't have said that after you just laughed for 10 minutes because your kid just said, oh, fuck.
I think it's one of those things where I think you got to teach them that there is like words you can use at home, and then there's words that you have to use not like you have to. I think you have to like split that up. That's kind of going to be my approach. It's going to be like if you want to curse, just do it like in your room. I'm not going to like tell you never to say a bad word in your whole life. You stub your toe, just like walk in the bathroom and then like scream.
That's tough when they're little, though.
I know.
I think it's tough.
yeah.
I think it's tough too because it's hard to like manage, right? Because you don't know what they're saying at school. And let me tell you something. They're saying some shit at school, man.
Well, middle schoolers there,
Dude.
Yeah, middle school's a
those
little
kid-
different, dude.
Every kid, I mean, dude, I've had like discussions, like conversation with kids, and they're just like cussing, like talking to me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because it's like if they cuss at me, I'm gonna cuss back. Right? I'm
Like the way I imagine
I don't cuss at kids.
The way I
don't
imagine
cuss at kids. Miss
yeah.
Murphy, my boss. I don't cuss at kids.
It's okay. There's an E on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
There isn't. Yes, when you listen to this on Spotify, there is an E next to it. This is explicit, but I do not cuss at kids.
But like so my
Often.
kid was doing a lot of like throwing food. Like when he was done eating, he was like throwing food, and he just wasn't cognitively there enough to know like how to say I was done. But then he learned sign language, like all done.
Good.
And now like if he's done and he's like immediately if he starts to pick up food, I'll take
I'm giving him the signal to do the beer stick. He's not doing it.
You didn't do it yet?
All right,
Or-
do it.
No, I'm
It's
letting
like-
people tell
it's like-
stories.
no.
Do
What are you
it.
busy?
It's
You busy
do
yawning
it.
over
You
here?
have headphones on. What do you mean? Like I can talk. You're hearing every word I'm saying, even while you're doing it.
I can still hear you right now.
Yeah, it's like, why did you need to wait?
Perfect.
I was really more
Are we
asking.
good?
I was really more looking at you like, are you gonna finish that?
Can you pass that back?
It was gonna be more.
Hey, pass that here, dude.
It was, yeah, it was
Pass
really
that
more.
here,
Of,
dude.
it was really more of like, are you gonna finish that thing? Like, you think I can get it? Oh, dude, spilled
Daddy
everywhere.
likes.
So my son was throwing food on the ground, but eventually, like, he learns the sign language. You kind of work with him a little bit, and then now, if he's done, like, I'll put the plate in front of him. He'll pick his food up and put it on the plate, and he's like, "All right, I'm done. I'm putting my food. I'm done." So, and I imagine it'll be something like that with cursing. I think it'll be like he won't know. He'll mess up a couple times, but then it'll be like reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. Do it here, not there. Do it here, not there. That's kind of what I imagine.
Yeah,
Is it
maybe.
not? Is there absolutely no
I mean,
reasoning with these little monsters?
No, that you can reason and you can kind of train them. Like my son, when he's finished eating, he takes his plate and just drops it in the sink. Sometimes he just hump
Drops
chucks
it in the sink.
He'll just throw it in the sink. But it's like, hey, good job, like full blown.
Wait. How tall is your son? He can
He's
reach
like,
the sink.
He's like 6'4".
I mean, he's like 3.5 feet tall. Like, how high is your sink?
Abs has the old
I've never
10-foot sink.
I said he's
Use
four.
the
Gotta
maths.
dunk
Use
four.
the
It's like-
maths.
It's like trying to dunk a
I
basketball.
never measured it. I don't know.
Okay,
Seems
well,
high.
how tall are you?
6'1",
Okay, is your sink halfway up your body?
I suppose.
Okay, then.
Big
What are we
dumb
talking about?
idiot.
Salmon.
Yolks with salmon. Egg yolks with salmon.
So yeah, he puts it in the sink, and now my daughter will too, but she has to like stand on her tippy toes and like hold it up over her head and drop the cider in there, you know.
Yeah. Put Daddy cider in the sink.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But no, I don't think I'll be able to say like, hey, don't say this at school, but you can say this at home.
They're not there yet.
Right.
I saw a clip that Chris Pratt said that his dad always let him cuss on the boat when they were fishing. I'm like,
Oh,
that
that's-
might be a move.
Oh, that's a funny one.
that might be that might be like a hey, anytime we're fishing or anytime we're golfing, because I take him to the range. Like,
Yeah.
hey, anytime you're on the golf course,
Or like ask permission. Like you can say it, but like just ask me first. And it's like, hey, I want to say a bad word, Daddy. And it's like, all right. And then you're like, stupid cunt. And you're like, whoa, son, that is not in the dictionary of things you can say.
yeah,
I think
it's a bit
that's.
aggressive.
I think that's. I honestly think it's like I don't want you to cuss, but like if you're going to, I want it to be like around me so that I can like. I don't want you doing it when I'm not there because like at school, like you get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
My
And
dad told
if
me
I
to
tell you it's
tell you.
okay, if I tell you it's okay at home, then you're gonna do it at school because, like, you know, all your behaviors are learned at home. Like I try to change these kids' behaviors in school,
I don't
and
think that's true. I don't
Like
think
that's the
they
thing. Like when do kids realize like what that line is of like, hey, yeah, it's okay to do this. With my
I think
dad
it's-
When
not
they have God in their life.
I think you have to associate it with an activity. So if you're going to teach
Yeah.
them like, hey,
Yeah.
it's okay to curse, I think you have to be like, hey, when we're in Dad's man cave, you can curse,
Yeah.
or when we're
Right,
on the
right,
golf course or at the baseball field, you
Yeah.
can cuss. Like
But
you
not
can
when
say
you're-
whatever you
but
want,
not when you're 4,
but never around mom,
Right.
like something like that.
and
Like,
don't tell mom I told you this.
unless you heard mom say it, then you can say it anytime you want.
right, and then we say, where'd you learn that from? And you say, mommy. You have to say that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the rules.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you $5.
And that's how you get points to go on more trips.
Whoa.
Reverse
Genius,
negative
dude.
points.
Genius.
Wow, it's like you
Oh,
like
yeah.
take some of her points almost as like a blackmail
You
kind
can
of thing.
buy
like,
points all kinds of different ways.
wow,
Oh, so you're getting like half off points.
That's
Your
good.
person-
that's good
Yeah.
to know. Interesting.
There's sales and stuff, you
I
know.
like that.
Yeah, interesting. It's like a weekend, like tax-free weekend, double the points
Sure,
weekend.
sure.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's
Yeah, you got to like a good like a blowout sale for points is like when your wife's like really sick or something, and you're like, oh, you're just raking up points. I can't do anything. You gotta do. I gotta do everything for him. That's a point rake right there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of out of her control. It's more like when she's like, hey, my friends are in Miami. Can I go down for a day or two? And you're like, have a great time.
Oh yeah, my wife doesn't do that.
I
Well, so
try.
I have that
My wife
built.
doesn't go to Miami with her friends.
Well, so I live in
That's-
South Florida, but like my wife lives in my hometown. So like all of her friends live
yeah.
away from our
Wait, what? You live in South Florida? your wife and you live together.
Yeah, but none of her. She didn't
live
grow
in-
up
they
in
li-
South Florida.
yeah,
They
they
live
did.
in my hometown.
Oh,
So she's from Texas, and her friends. She's got friends in Miami. She's got friends in Cocoa Beach. She's got friends in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
It's like none of her
tried.
friends are in our town.
I try to kick my wife out of the house to like go do things because it's like
I swear,
I
I've
got
been
so
trying to do the
many.
same
Like
thing.
I gotta like she gotta spend some of these fucking points because it's gonna ruin. It's gonna ruin me one day.
I think that's what's so tough is if your wife is a point hoarder, she's always canceling points out.
He was
Ever
gonna say
since-
point whore for a second.
I thought you was
I was listening real close. I
Yeah.
was like, are these
I thought you
headphones
were
working?
point too.
No, I'm a
When
point
we clip
hoarder.
this up, you're not going to know.
We are the point hoarders.
Yes, I
they
do.
are the point hoarders.
I'm a point whore. I do dirty things for points. Yes,
Exactly,
I agree with
right.
that.
So I've been since the kid came out. I've been telling Tiffany like, I really want to start this early. Of like, what?
Since the kid came out. Since your kid was born.
Came out the closet.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Since this little shit.
Who says it like that?
Since
Since my kid came out.
Listen, okay, I know you don't listen to the podcast, but I say a lot of dumb shit. Okay,
Like, just listen.
It's like, yeah, that's Cardwell's thing.
Tough
I
guy
know.
with his
Baby
ass.
flopped
me
out.
no speak too good.
I listen to the clips. I take everything in like a minute.
Why do you think
or-
all of the clips are Trey, Robo, and Ass?
I don't know. I thought you said AI did it.
Because I'm the face.
Because AI knows what it's doing.
It
AI
edits you
realizes
out.
he's a dumbass.
It edits you out. Gosh, AI is so smart.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
So I've been
It's
trying
the
to
future.
I've been trying to convince Tiff like from early on that we need to like once we get a hold on everything, like go and like get your nails done, get your hair done, like get out of the house because we need to both be able to like still feel human. You know what I mean? Like we need to not like hate what's going on. Like this should be an awesome thing and get out of the house but it's like
How old's
know-
your kid?
a month.
Oh, dude, you.
We gotta be able to get out. We gotta do more. We gotta get out.
We gotta go do things like we should be going out dancing
Yeah,
twice a week.
dude. Just first 6 months, just
Do nothing.
just like
Listen.
Bite the bullet.
just
we gotta
try to sleep when you can.
we gotta get back in that bowling league.
God was
babe.
like-
Like, what are we doing?
God was
Listen.
like, you got to get out. You got to go smoke cigars and go to the bar and play
5
golf. And
weeks?
she's like, I don't like any of those. He's like,
Listen.
I know, but I gotta do them.
You just gotta keep
I
that
want
kid
you to do
alive
it,
for the
you tell
first
me
6
to do
months.
it.
Listen, I've got nipples, Greg. You want to milk me?
You gotta just. You gotta keep the kid alive for 6 months,
And I
then
think
you'll be
I
fine.
think you're like I think you don't realize much like when you before the kid was what did you say before the kid came out?
Before he came out.
Before the kid came out, I think you were in denial, right? And that's not a river in Egypt. You were in denial a little bit, and now you're a month.
We got the torticollis and the denial.
And that ain't a river in Egypt.
That's
and I
like the
think
only
now
river that flows north.
You're
Norse.
Have another beer
Norse?
stick, bud.
Yeah, NKU.
beer
North.
shtick.
Are we talking mythology
Beer
now?
stick.
Okay, you're in. I don't think that you realize that you're in like
We had a double tab clip.
that's a double tab. This episode,
That's the first I've ever done that.
a double tab.
Open 2 in one episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you're in a
Shout out AK.
Can I talk?
Tank Bros.
I think you're in like before the kid came out, you didn't know what you were in store for, and now I don't think that you don't realize that you're in the middle of a hurricane, and you're like, why don't we just like go out to Publix real quick? And you're like, no, you don't realize it's a 6-month hurricane. You don't leave the house during a hurricane.
Whoa. Listen,
You're in lockdown.
when
You
a
gotta
hurricane
you gotta hunker down.
when a hurricane comes,
Hunker
you
down.
have a hurricane party. Everybody knows that.
Nobody knows that.
Locals know that.
You gotta hunker
You're from
down.
South. You're from
that's
South
not
Florida
public
too.
knowledge.
You're
That's
from
not
South
public
Florida.
knowledge.
but you think that until your roof gets
Guys over
ripped
here
off,
sharing
and then you're
secrets.
like, oh,
Yeah.
hurricanes are a little more dangerous than you think sometimes.
They're
Yeah,
not that bad.
you're in lockdown mode, and you don't know this.
Yeah, you got to stay home for like the first 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no doing nails and smoking cigars,
Close
or
only responses.
Right.
getting your
Nah.
I
pedicures,
think
or whatever it is you're up to these days.
Do nail make your
Cardinals.
Yeah,
Card-
you're not doing all that.
Cardinals trying to take a play out of my book of at 3 weeks old going to a bachelor party.
That was ridiculous.
That is a.
That's an aggressive move.
That's why I got no points.
It was my bachelor party.
Oh, okay.
That's why I got no
Well,
points.
Well, you know,
But Janie understands.
She knew that
She's a
one day we
trooper.
were going to have a podcast and we were going to make no money and it was going to be great.
well, for now,
Until
Gonna make
Beer
money.
Stick sponsors
We've made money.
us.
We've made money off merch. Link in the description.
Link in bio.
Ooh, I
Until-
want some.
Have we? I haven't seen any.
You haven't seen any merch?
Because it's all
No,
goes to
I
Trey.
haven't seen any money.
I haven't got a cut
Because
as
we're
merch.
still
Have
they're
you
still
hold on,
recouping
hold on,
startup
Shh.
costs.
Yeah. Have you spent any money
On merch?
on all the stuff we're talking into.
On merch.
Wait, is that how this works? You get paid? I thought I got paid first. I thought that was the deal.
No, you just come here to drink beers.
Robo went
You don't
halves.
even buy the beers anymore.
He went halvesy on the beer stick, bro.
Any-
I got to bring my own beer.
You don't even buy the beers anymore.
I had to
First
buy
off,
him a
I
new
bought all
nipple.
these mics. I haven't seen a dime.
Mike.
Okay, now we're just getting into a pissing contest. Here we
Let's take our dicks out and see who's is bigger. I mean,
Fill the
let's-
beer stick.
We knew this was where this was going. Okay. Is there anything that we want to get to for the core of this episode, or did we just?
What's our time? What are we doing on time?
Probably an hour.
50 minutes.
There we go.
I want to hear the zoo story. Before we got on the air, you said, "Let
Oh,
me
yeah.
tell you about the zoo."
No, so the way
I
that,
want to hear about the zoo.
So it's not really zoo focused. It's you said, "What am I supposed to do with this kid on spring break?" Can't.
Yeah, I did. To preface whatever I was about to talk about, last week was spring break for me, and I took my kid to daycare 3 days during spring break and came to Trey's house and sat by the pool all day.
And left my grill running for 3 days.
I'm not sure if that was me. Allegedly.
It's the other person on spring break coming to my house cooking hot dogs.
You know, the cleaning lady was
I mean,
here too that day.
Not using your grill, bro.
Not for those days.
Do you have,
Oh,
do you have
just-
a camera on
you
the
just
pool?
you just eating out all the time. Can't hide money, huh?
Yeah, but you
Interesting.
also can't hide the calories when you eat out. And
Just eating out. Fake chow.
Anywho, so I had my son on Wednesday because 4-year-olds have to be on spring break, which makes no sense to me. I don't understand.
He was on like a 1 day spring break.
No, he was
just
on a week spring break. Like, why are daycares shutting down for spring break?
That's how they make profit. Because you paid for that week.
Well, my 2-year-old's not on spring break. She doesn't get spring break.
Oh, so you just had to hang out with one kid.
Well, we had to alternate because I work, and so does my wife. So we were basically
It's the beauty of being a teacher.
going back and forth with our schedules. So I had him on Wednesday of last week, and I was like, all right, we're going to have a boys' day. Like, I'm going to do everything.
Yeah,
Super
nice.
dad mode. I'm going to be Steve
Go
Irwin
to the
today.
bar.
Nice.
And I was like, we're doing it all.
Jump on some stingrays.
Stingrays, lions, giraffes,
Couple
Nigel
snakes.
Thornberry impersonator, all of it. So
crikey.
anyway, so we drop my daughter off at like, I don't know, 8 or 9 in the morning, whenever we take her to school. And
He's a natural.
so I take Captain, my son, I take him to the golf course. We hit golf balls. Then we go out to Lion Country Safari.
I love it.
You know it.
Love it, dude.
Been
Was this
there.
like one of those drive-through ones?
Oh, yeah. Well, they have a walkthrough part too, but the drive-through,
Shout out Lion Country Safari.
been there for like 40 years.
They could sponsor us.
I love that place.
It's awesome. It's been there for a long time. I think
Okay.
I went there in elementary school. Like,
Yeah.
it's been there forever.
Yeah, I love a
did.
good line.
So
Also,
we-
a good safari.
Yeah, I mean, we drove through it. I let him sit in the front
In good
seat.
country.
Don't
Oh,
arrest
shit.
me, cops. He's only 3 and 11 months.
Riding
Anyway,
shotgun.
well, you can only go 5 miles an hour, and he couldn't see in the back. So I was like, just get up here. Like,
5 miles an hour. That's like just take your foot off the brake, huh?
You don't want to go fast.
No.
There's
you just put it in drive.
you're literally driving through animals.
yeah, rhinos and zebras and
That's
ostriches.
and like they can like.
they walk right up to the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
There's
It
videos,
is.
dude.
Yeah.
There's videos all over the internet of people.
That's
like,
what I thought.
There's videos all over the internet of people being stupid and like rolling down their windows and like feeding the ostriches, and they like bring their heads in the car. Like it's
And
That
Captain
is-
goes,
It's wild.
No. So he
Bored.
liked it. So like, I'm super dadding it. So like, golf, Lion Country Safari. He's really into trucks right now. So I was like, all right, let's go look at trucks. We went to a Ford dealership and he climbed around all these trucks.
I'm
love
sure
that.
the salesman loved that.
Yeah, he was fine with it. So then we
and
went,
you're in the background just like asking ridiculous questions. So what do you got? You got like 4-year, 5-year financing? Oh yeah, kid. Yeah, we'll turn it on. I don't
I
care.
was like, can you knock $1,000 off of the asking price?
There's
It's got dirt in the back.
There's a kid climbing in it.
kid throwing
$1,000.
shit.
Look at all those handprints
I
everywhere.
can really use mud flaps. You got any?
So we did that. Then we went and got milkshakes at Chick-fil-A. Then he really wanted to go swim, so we went and swam at the pool. Then he was like, "Oh, I want to go see goldfish." And usually we would take him to like PetSmart and
Yeah.
like look at all the fish. And I was like, oh, "I got something for you."
A
Took him
carnival.
to my grandma's house, who has like a goldfish pond. Like, so we saw the goldfish pond. She had iguanas in her backyard because she lives like right on the water, and it was awesome. We get home, and I'm thinking he's gonna tell mom like, "Best day ever, boys' day." She's like, "How'd your day go? Like, how did it go? Did you have fun with that?" And he's like, "I just wanted to go to Walmart." I was like, "This fucking guy."
Wait,
Hot
why?
Mike.
Why hot Mike? Why did he want to go to Walmart?
Well, that's what I said. I was like, what do you guys do at Walmart? She's like, we went to Walmart and walked down the toy aisle. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, I pulled out all the stops on Boys Day.
Dude.
All the stops,
You
man.
walk down the toy aisle. I made them come to life.
Dude, your
Gosh.
son is not a bro, dude.
No,
What a-
he had a good time.
You know
Wow,
what's
I
but
can't
that
believe
is
he gave me a
interesting.
half thumbs up. I was like, how did it go, man? And he goes,
Nice.
I was like, all right, I'll
Like,
take
it's so
it.
fun- It's a
It's
gladiator
so
move.
funny. Everybody's different idea of a half thumbs up because I was doing this.
Oh, no. Well,
Everybody else was doing this.
half thumbs
I was doing this.
salmon.
Salmon.
What is that move?
Goes with salmon. Very,
I can't even do that.
It's
My
quite-
thumb doesn't even move that
quite
way.
a different idea
But I-
between these.
Yeah, half, man.
I
Like,
kinda- that is-
not bad, not good.
Have you
Like,
have
right
you
in the middle.
ever moved your thumb in this motion once in your life before today?
Yeah, when kids go, hey, how'd I do on the test? I go,
And they go, I don't know how I did.
What is
I
that?
mean,
what does
That
that
doesn't
mean?
tell him anything.
like a 70.
Like a 70. This is a fail. If I
Like,
if I
you
Bill
failed.
Clinton, if I Bill Clinton you, you're failing.
Like you failed it.
Gotta
A or
love
B.
Bill.
Yeah, C.
Bill Clinton. Though.
when-
Right at the camera.
When did the
What is
toy
here
aisle?
except there without a T?
When did the toy aisle? When did the toy aisle become like the greatest thing ever?
I know. At Walmart.
I know, that's crazy.
Freaking Wally
Is it-
World.
Was it like recently, or like did he just discover that this toy aisle has this magical place, or is
I
this-
think he went to Walmart with my wife earlier in the week, and that was
so
like,
within like relatively recently, like
within like 48 hours.
so not as a 3-year-old, but as a 4-year-old, he's like, oh my god, this is the place where the toys come from. This is like
yeah.
It's like
Like,
Santa-
as the-
it's like
he,
Santa's
thinks
workshop.
there's-
I've
he
reached
thinks there's a-
Shangri-La of,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
toys.
He's like, it's the toy store. Like,
Wow.
rather go there than all the cool
Do you
things I
guys-
did with that.
Do you guys feel bad
What a
that
dick.
none of our kids will get to experience Toys R Us?
No, FAO Schwartz.
They
You guys
still have
remember
Toys
that
R
one?
Us.
Yeah,
It's just
dude.
inside Macy's now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
FAO Schwartz.
Macy's bought it.
That was like the place that you went, and you were like, wait, there are
They
toys
have the
that
giraffes
cost.
and everything?
There are.
I don't know if they have the giraffe.
We should probably have one conversation at a time.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't mind, but the listeners are probably like, I can't understand a word these guys are saying.
That's fair.
FAO Schwartz had toys that were like $30,000. Do you guys remember this FAO Schwartz?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Is
I've
that
never-
like is that
Talking
like
tree, man.
is it like FYE?
No, it's the
I've
talking
never
tree.
heard of that.
No, FAO Schwartz.
They had the big tree. They had the eyes. Was like
They had like all the best toys. They had like literal cars that you could like buy, like ridiculous.
Radio Shack.
It's like
You
like
guys are old. I don't know what you're talking about.
FAO Schwartz. You know,
FAO
My
Schwartz?
toy store growing up was like Sharper Image. That place was fucking dope. They had all
that's not
those-
even a toy
it's not
store.
a toy store.
I know, but it was like
It's
really
like
cool.
it's like an airport.
It was like
Where were you going to go buy hair dryers?
It was like the massage
It's like a
chairs and
Brookstone.
stuff like that. Like,
It's Brookstone.
It's not a toy store.
It's like you get like
Yeah, it's
massage
like it's-
pens and shit.
yeah, it was dope.
Okay. How old were you when you were going there?
Last week.
Yeah, like 11 and a half. I don't know.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my 4-year-old wouldn't care about Sharper Image. Or,
He's probably
Yeah.
never put his legs
It's
in
an
that.
8-in-1 pen.
He's probably never put his legs in that thing that massages your calves. That thing is sick.
probably
You do
not.
have you do have monster.
You know
Cat.
my
Yeah,
favorite
that's
toy
how you get
store?
these calves,
Sears.
dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, Macy's now. I think they bought Toys R Us. Toys R Us is
Yeah.
inside Macy's now.
Wow.
That's crazy.
No giraffe though.
I thought they were gone.
What was his
literally,
name?
like-
Jeffrey. Was it Jeffrey?
Jeffrey the giraffe.
Like literally
Jeffrey.
branded Toys R Us.
Yeah, like it's like the Toys R Us section
Interesting.
That's cool.
inside of Macy's.
I've been to Macy's. I haven't been to a store in quite a long time.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking for sponsors.
Amazon's killer.
Amazon.
Toys R
Amazon
Us
is
sponsor
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us sponsor the pod.
It is a dad podcast.
Yeah, Toys R Us. Let's go. What other dead companies can sponsor us?
I don't know. Circuit City.
Circuit City.
Circuit City, we're looking at you. Thanks for the setup.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, beep.
Bye Bye Baby. Yeah, come on, come get us.
Is that the Uppa Baby Vista?
Oh man, I love the Uppa Baby.
Have you guys
Are
got
you an
into
Uppa
like
Baby-
the
are you-
whole stroller deal?
We
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
we're done.
brand.
We're all
names.
Uppa Baby boys.
Are you an Uppa Baby boy?
Well, I mean, I don't have it now. I mean, my kids are out of strollers, but yeah,
not
we
with
have-
that
They
attitude.
are
you were.
at 2 years old. They're out of a
Dude,
stroller.
Get over
Yeah,
yourself.
my daughter just walked. We have a
Wow.
wagon.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Is it an Uppa Baby wagon?
No, it's
No.
just a red one.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 'cause there's a wagon. There's a wagon that Janie wants. So we already have like a $1,200 stroller, the Uppa Baby. Then we have a Bob also, which is like $700, and she wants to get
What's a bob?
a Bob is like a jogger.
Oh, okay.
So we have a Bob.
Who uses
And-
that?
Jogging.
Janie's
That-
parents when they come to visit,
Oh,
they're,
okay.
Wait a
they're the
second.
runners.
That didn't answer the question for me. What is a jogger?
A jogger is a stroller that you.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it now.
Three-wheeled.
Yeah,
wheel.
the wheels don't.
Yeah, you
spin
What
run
as
is
much.
what is jogging?
Jogging is slow running.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Fast walking, slow running.
slow running.
Those are pretty good descriptions.
I'd say so.
I
Right?
think it's
I'm
more.
proud of you.
It's more slow running than it is fast walking. Right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, it's because speed walking would be considered fast walking. I
Correct.
think.
Correct.
Right.
No, Janie wants to get
But
this
not
wagon. There's another wagon out there. I don't know what it's called. There's some brand of some crazy wagon. It's like $1,000. I'm like, I don't need $2,500 worth of
Apparatuses.
baby mobile
Dude,
devices.
you buy a 24 pack and we'll build you one.
It's probably like
What?
it's probably like some Swedish brand also. Like they make like such expensive baby
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm telling you, the wagon is pretty sweet.
I have a question. Do you remember in college when you guys all bought the big wheels?
Yes.
Do you still have that? Like, did you save it for like the 2 and 4 year olds?
No.
Perfect.
Oh.
Because
Dang.
I feel like it was like a cool like big kids toy, but I feel like now it could come full circle and would be a great like 5-year-old toy.
I don't know where any of my stuff from college went.
It's all
We
blur.
should get
I
big
couldn't tell
wheels.
you where I had gorilla suits. I had costumes. I had big wheels. I had like
Giant cardboard cutout of yourself.
that somewhere. I had an arsenal of Nerf guns. I don't know where any of that went.
Oh my God! Sounds like your college experience was awesome. I went to.
It
I wish I went
was.
to school with you.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, it was great.
I had a good time.
That sounds like a party.
Yeah. It was everything you could think of plus a sharper image.
If we had a
Whoa,
Whoa,
dude.
If we had a Patreon or something, I would say like let's end the episode now and we're gonna go into college stories and do a paid Patreon episode. But
There you
Oh.
go.
we don't.
One day that would be a phenomenal.
That
thing
would be
to do.
great.
Had to put an E next to that one too.
Have to put an
Comment down below.
next to that one.
Comment down below if you want us to start a page. If you would pay $5 to hear us talk about all the crazy shit that we got into.
Or what you want me to do on OF that you pay $100 for?
You
I'll
are
be-
really leaning into this.
You're really
OF.
trying to get into
That
this
one
OnlyFans
that one
thing, dude.
teacher-
I thought
she
this
got-
was a joke, but now I don't think it's a
No,
joke
that
anymore.
one teacher.
He's really
she got
gripping that beer stick.
That one teacher. She got
I think he
fired.
knows what he wants to do on OF.
That teacher
Start
got
talking about
fired.
OnlyFans.
Subliminal messaging.
Talking about OnlyFans, you got the death grip.
She was making $1 million a month on OnlyFans. That teacher. She got
I
fired.
know.
Huh?
Crazy.
She was probably doing some nasty things.
I'm sure she was.
I'm not into the nasty stuff.
You just
Real-
want to.
real freaking naughty.
Finger cuts. There it is.
just got himself in the face there. Did you see that spray?
this thing sprayed me.
It did.
He just wants to drink.
That's
beer.
what the people want to do.
They do.
I think literally in his mind, OnlyFans is like just him drinking beers and being paid to do it.
Yeah, it's just like
I don't
hanging
think
out.
he fully understands.
Do you realize? Do you
Oh,
realize
know what it
is?
Do you realize that's what Twitch is?
No, I don't do Twitch. I only do OF.
He's got an OnlyMans account.
That's a good idea.
Yolks
That
with
doesn't-
Salmon.
If that, if OM doesn't exist, that's a good. That's,
There you go.
They should invent that.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
I just
let's
gave that one to you for
It's
free.
like a dating app.
Let's.
There you
I think we got to wrap this thing up.
All right,
Let's-
AK. Before we go, sum up your parenting experience in one sentence.
Oh, jeez. I thought.
And don't make it a run-on sentence.
Yeah, use proper
Maximum 2 commas in this sentence.
proper
Maximum-
punctuation.
Maximum 2 commas.
There's a lot of stipulations here. Okay, let me think about this. Surviving controlled chaos.
Well, 3 words.
That's
Wow.
not a sentence.
By the
I
way,
don't
you were
think.
supposed to hit the outro. That would have been perfect.
Oh, I didn't know what we were doing. I
Not
figured you
you.
guys
He
just
was.
wanted a
Not
little
you.
tagline
Not
there.
you.
I was
Not
really
you,
really
Cardwell.
wanting to know what he was gonna say.
That's it. That's my
That's it.
parenting experience. You
That's
just
it.
got to survive the chaos, man.
Pretty good.
And it's got to be controlled.
Dude, what the fuck? You hit it way too early.
What is that noise?
What the fuck?
Early outro.
Wait.
Outro.
Was that a Lowe's commercial?
He was cutting us out.
What the fuck, dude? Why did you hit
Can
it
you
so
hear
early?
that over there?
No.
He told me to hit
All
the
right.
button.
All right.
I told
let's-
you to hit the button when I said it was a perfect opportunity to hit the button.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up for real, so I can go do
Okay,
more beer
well, now
sticks.
hold on. Before, don't press the button. Just relax with the button. Okay,
Jesus, dude.
relax. Now we have to do a new punctuation on the episode, just to cap it off. Let's everybody give Cardwell one piece of advice from your 10. All of us are more tenured fathers
Correct.
than Cardwell, so we all need to go around the room. We'll end with Andrew, our esteemed guest. One piece of advice. So you are the newest most, and then Abs, you'll go next. I'll go, and then AK. One piece of advice, one sentence, less than 2 commas. Take it away.
What are
you doing? Do you understand how these things work?
Did you say AK? Take it away. I thought I was last.
No, you're last.
You're
You're last.
pointing to-
Robo's going for.
I'm pointing to
Okay.
fucking.
All right, for real this time. Go.
This might be
I'm
our
pointing to
last.
yonder Alonzo over there.
That's you in this scenario.
Get your rest when you can.
Sick.
Get them sleeping in their own room as soon as possible.
Don't be afraid to use parents and fuck, I fucked it up. What's the name for your wife's parents? In-laws.
In-laws.
In-laws as
Yeah.
babysitters. No shame.
I don't have any advice for you, man.
You're on your.
I'm just kidding. You're on your own. No,
All right.
that's
Now
not-
you press the goddamn button.